Suppose we lived forever. One practical problem? If everyone born never dies.
In the early days of our country, there were only about 4 million people.
And though we reported last year that the world's population grew by 100 million.
And if people keep making babies, then Earth's population will rapidly outstrip the resources to support it. So the day we stop dying must also be the day we find another orb to accommodate our overproduction of air-breathing humans.
Liftoff of NASA's New Horizons spacecraft on a decade.
This need for extra planets will never cease. But the universe is vast, and just in our small sector of the galaxy, the catalogs are now rising through 5,000 known exoplanets. We just need to invent terraforming technologies and either warp drives or wormhole transportation systems, and all will be fine. But why do we long to live forever? We want to live forever because we fear death. We fear death because we are born knowing only life. Yet we don't fear having never been born. While it's surely better to be alive than dead, it's even better to be alive at all than to not ever exist. Religion through the ages has offered detailed accounts for what happens after death. For some, it includes what happened before you were born, a basic tenet of reincarnation. Science doesn't have much to say about Valhalla or Elysium or Hades or heaven or hell or the spirits of your ancestors. The methods and tools of science do, however, make cold, concrete statements about what happens when you die. Upon death, there is no evidence that you experience the consciousness you enjoyed while alive. The electrochemical source of all your thoughts, feelings, and sensory awareness of the universe, your brain, which normally lights up an MRI, becomes starved of oxygen. We know that's you disappearing because people who experience a series of ultimately fatal strokes tragically and systematically lose function of their mind and body as they descend into a state of non-existence. That's not as odd as it sounds. Were you conscious before you were conceived? Did you complain? Where am I? How come I'm not on Earth? No, you simply didn't exist. And if you're lucky to be born, your non-existence before life bookends your non-existence after death. Consider that humans are typically conceived in the single most intimate act of human affection. We then gestate in utero for 9 months, suckle for another 12 months, and require continual care through our toddler years. Afterward, humans attend elementary school to learn reading, writing, and arithmetic. In middle school and high school, we also learn biology, chemistry, and maybe physics. We read works of literature. We learn history and the arts, might even play sports. Lifelong friendships germinate from these activities. We may also learn languages spoken by other humans around the world. We participate in all the seasonal rituals that we retain in modern society as a binding force that brings us together. Adulthood arrives. 21 years go by. At a speed of 30 kilometers per second, Earth completed 21 orbits around the Sun, a total of 20 billion kilometers through space. All along, humans invent, refine, and perfect anti-personnel weapons such as landmines, assault rifles, missiles, and bombs, any one of which can end a life in an instant. Wars have taken a staggering and tragic toll on human life since pre-civilization. Yet even excluding organized armed conflict, humans find reasons to murder other humans at a rate that exceeds 400,000 per year. Yes, worldwide, humans commit homicide more than 1,000 times per day. Do do you really know how precious life is? The total number of people who have ever been born is about 100 billion. Yet the genetic code that generates viable versions of us is capable of at least 10 to the 30th variations. That astronomically huge number is a 1 followed by 30 zeros, providing a million, trillion possible souls. Run through them all, and eventually we end up with you again, or at least your twin. But that won't happen anytime soon. So far, our branch of the Tree of Life has produced no more than 0.000000000000001% of all possible humans, forcing the conclusion that most people who could ever exist will never even be conceived. Each of us, for all practical purposes, is unique in the universe, now and forever. Being alive is the time to celebrate being alive, every waking moment. All along the way, why not strive to make the world a better place today than yesterday, simply for the privilege of having lived